come on up for the kids' message? And hopefully you got one of these on your way in. I think most of you did. If you didn't get one of these, there's some by the doors as you leave. You got two. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, these are really fun toys. Yeah, come on up. Find a seat. These are really fun toys, aren't they? And I don't know about you, but I had a hard time figuring out how to get it out of the shape of being a ball. But once you do, you can make all different kinds of things with this. Like, look, a dog. You can make a dog, and then, watch, you can turn it into there's a giraffe or a llama. I don't know what for sure that is, but it's not a dog anymore unless it has a really long neck. And then, let's see, with this one, look at that. Snake, it looks like a snake, doesn't it? Yep. And then here's another one. Look at that. A triangle. Yeah, a triangle. And as we think about our spiritual DNA and how it shapes us, we're not a giraffe or llama or dog, are we? Nope. And we're not a snake, and we don't want to be shaped like a snake, do we? A sneaky snake. No, because a snake is the shape that the devil took when he came into the garden and tempted Adam and Eve, right? And brought sin into the world, so we don't want to be a snake. But you know what? A triangle. We may not look like a triangle, but you know what? A triangle helps us remember our spiritual DNA and how Jesus lived his life. And we want our lives to be shaped by Jesus' life. And so this triangle helps us to remember three important relationships. We have the D for our DNA, up. We want to depend on God. We have the N of our DNA, in. We want to nurture relationships with our spiritual family. And then we have the A, or the out relationships, where we want to advance Jesus' mission as we build relationships and bless people who don't yet follow Jesus. So how do you, I don't know. You just got to keep moving it around. I had a hard time making all these different animals. But keep playing with it. You'll be able to make all different kinds of shapes. But we want to remember that we want our lives to be shaped by Jesus, and this triangle helps us remember that. So as you think about your DNA, and as you play with these toys, talk as a family about how is our spiritual DNA? Is it shaped like a triangle where we spend time up with God, in with our spiritual family, and out with people who don't yet know Jesus? Or is our life a different kind of shape? And I don't know what kind of shape that is, but it doesn't quite look like a triangle anymore, does it? No. So take time as a family and talk about that as you play with these, all right? And remember that our spiritual DNA is to depend on God, nurture relationships, and advance Jesus' mission. And as we think about that, we can remember that Jesus took the biggest step. So as we figure out what our next step is, how we can grow in our spiritual DNA, that Jesus took the biggest step. Do you know what the biggest step Jesus took was? Yeah, he died on the cross. So he left heaven, came to earth, he lived for us, he died on the cross for us, and he rose from the grave for us so that we can be adopted into the family of God and have the spiritual DNA. All right? So will you pray with me? We'll fold our hands, and you can repeat after me. Dear Jesus, thank you for living for us, for dying for us, and for rising from the grave so that we can be family with you. Amen. All right, boys and girls, take your toys back with you, and remember later, talk with your family about the spiritual DNA and what might be a next step for you. And adults, as you think about what might be your next step, we've got resources on our website that can help you. If you go to Next Steps, and if you haven't been baptized, we'd love to talk to you about that. If you haven't joined the 1C family, but you're interested, go to the New Disciple Launch. You can find groups, classes. There's also online resources that you can use at home as families to grow up in and out together.